crypto ecosystem is here to stay. For a lot of financial institutions, the decision they will need to make is whether they get into the crypto space or they don't. But definitely we're seeing a lot of the traditional financial institutions get into the crypto space. Over the last couple of months, we've seen players from Nomura to Goldman Sachs to Fidelity announce their plans in the crypto space, and the trend is just starting. The way we're seeing financial institutions deal with fintech has been changing a lot. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when financial institutions were dating with fintech, you had a lot of innovation teams. They were doing proof of concepts and trying to learn from the fintech startup world. Today, a lot of actually the teams that we see deal with fintech are actually the business of the organization. From the COO to the CFO, and the traditional business lines are the ones interacting with fintech. It's just a natural evolution of the industry. Blockchain in the crypto assets world will have a drastic impact on the financial institutions of today. For example, a big trend we're seeing today is the rise of security tokens. These security tokens enable not only to issue crypto shares, but most importantly, automate a lot of the functions that are quite boring today, like all the middle office and the back office. For example, the payment of dividends in crypto shares could, in theory, be made automatically, really making the process not only faster, but way more efficient. The crypto assets world is here to stay. However, it's moving very, very fast. I always tell my clients, if anybody tells you they're a crypto expert, you have to run away. The industry is moving so fast that it's very difficult to know what's going to happen even 1 month from now. The reality is actually the crypto assets world is moving very fast, and we're really seeing a lot of the traditional players coming into the space. Not only the large financial institutions, but also a lot of the service providers as well. And all of this is actually making the industry more institutionalized, which is generally very positive for the entire industry. When you look at the broader DLT, decentralized ledger technology space, we really see obviously two big trends. One is blockchain for enterprises, where we're seeing a number actually associations of industry groups come together. Obviously there's many of them in China, there's a number of them in the West as well, from R3, Ethereum Enterprise Alliance, Hyperledger, and so on and so forth. What's really interesting though is what we're seeing on the crypto side, which often things tend to move a bit faster. And now actually we're seeing a lot of financial institutions, the way they deal with crypto tends to be faster than how we're seeing the adoption of blockchain as an enterprise. The only difference I would say is probably when it comes to China, where we're seeing a lot of the large players, especially the large BATs, the Baidu's, Alibaba's, and Tencent experiment with blockchain. And actually they're working on pretty interesting use cases, and in many cases moving forward faster than the traditional financial institutions. I hear many people in the broader financial services ecosystem complain that either regulators are not looking at crypto, they're not talking to each other, or they're not moving fast enough. Frankly, that is not the case in the crypto space. I actually think that the average regulator is way more knowledgeable than the average banker. Frankly, the regulators don't get the credit they deserve for a lot of the good work they've been doing in the space. I've been very privileged to deal with many regulators around the world, and I can tell you they're very impressive often in their level of knowledge and actually focus when it comes to the broader crypto assets world. One other thing it's interesting is really how countries and regulators are trying to position themselves to become crypto centers. We've seen this about a year ago with Japan, then Malta and Gibraltar, and most recently we've seen many other jurisdictions from France to the UAE to Thailand come up with pretty innovative crypto regulations. And I expect over the next couple of months to see many more regulators and governments try to come up with crypto-friendly policies to try to become crypto centers that can attract the quality and institutional level crypto companies to their jurisdictions.